Hello dear children, we are going to now discuss our science question bank, that is science 1. The question bank which is given by Maharashtra Shasan, that is Shaleya Shikshan va Krida Vibhag from Pune. Okay, so might be from this some questions will be asked, some no, usually from this only the questions will be taken and it will be helpful for you to solve your exams. Now exams are postponed, there is a lot of time for you to study, so start studying if you have not started. So let's start with the question bank, that is science and technology part 1. This is for you to practice. So first question is the MCQ which carries 1 mark. Each question carries 1 mark. So let's start with this. Okay, question number 1A 1, that is a dash is necessary to change the speed as well as the direction of motion of an object, that is a force is necessary. These you are learning from your standard 6. The orbit of planet revolving around a star is the orbit of any planet which is revolving around a star can be the sun. Okay, so the orbit is elliptical, this you have learned. So option is D, the square of its period of revolution around the sun is directly proportional to the dash of the mean distance of a planet from the sun. So question number 3, that is the square of its period of revolution around the sun is directly proportional to the dash of the mean distance of a planet from the sun. So what is that period of revolution? It is t square, okay, is directly proportional to the mean distance dash. What is that? That is your option number C, the cube of the mean distance of a planet from the sun, directly proportional to r cube, isn't it? Which law it is? Okay, that is Kepler's law, Kepler's third law. Fourth one, the gravitational force between two bodies is directly proportional to the product of the masses of those bodies and is dash of the distance between them. So question number 4, option is A, inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Okay, so F is directly proportional to the product of two bodies, that is mass of two bodies is m1 m2 upon and inversely proportional to the distance between them, so upon r square or d square, isn't it? F is directly proportional to m1 m2 upon r square. So the fifth one, the value of universal gravitation constant G in SI unit is, it is option A, that is 6.673 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Suppose if this per is not written, then kg will be minus 2, correct? No, kg minus square, correct, it will be kg minus 2. Sixth one, the dash force is much weaker than other forces in nature, that is gravitational force is weaker than any other force in the nature. Seventh one, the value of gravitational acceleration G is dash. So those no points are given here, highest at the pole, highest at the equator, same everywhere on the surface of the earth. It is not possible. Lowest at the pole, not possible. It relates with the radius of your earth, radius of that sphere. So wherever the radius is proper, that is the pole, because equator, your earth is bulgy, so equator is little far away from the center. So the value of G is, so that is the point A, option A, highest at the pole. Value of gravitational acceleration G is dash at the equator. Okay, it is 9.78 meter per second square. That is also option A. And 9.8 meter per second square it is at the pole. Okay, The free fall of an object, ninth one, you see, the free fall of an object is possible only in, it is possible only in vacuum. Okay, it is not possible, free fall is not possible prominently, effectively in the air or on the surface of the earth, because air is, it will give a buoyancy to that object which is falling freely, or either that object will have a great no obstacle while falling. So free fall of an object is possible only in vacuum. 10th one, the weight of any object on the moon is nearly dash of the weight of earth, it is 1/6, value is 1/6. That is, if 1 kg, if we weigh 6 kg on earth, our weight will be 1 kg on the moon approximately. So the value is 1/6 of that of the earth, or of that of the, so if on the earth we are 6 kg, or either if on the earth we are 60 kg, so on the moon we will be 10 kg. Okay, so 11th one, a person weighs 60 Newton on earth, his weight on the moon will be, what will be his weight on the moon? See, you have to relate with 1/6, that is 60 multiplied by 1/6. So what it will come? It will come 10 Newton. So the object or the person will weigh 10 Newton. 12th one, Dobereiner laid down the dash rule. He laid down, okay, that is the Dobereiner's triad. Here the spelling mistake is there, so it is triad. Okay, that is the option C. So wherever triad is written, that option you accept for this Dobereiner's rule. Newland's law of octave is applicable up to, okay, it is applicable up to calcium. Newland's law of octave, that is, every when an element is arranged according to increasing order of the atomic masses. So the first element and the 8th element in the series having the same property, so he could arrange only till calcium, that is, his law is obeying till calcium. Okay, so option is B. 14th one, X and Y are two elements having similar property which obeys Newland's law of octave. The minimum and maximum number of elements in between X and Y respectively are. Now if suppose X is the first element and Y is the 8th element, so how many elements will be in between? 6. Or suppose X is the first element and Y is the 15th element, so how many element will be there in between? 13. Okay, so 6 and 13. Our option is D. 15th one, at the time of Mendeleev dash elements were known. How many elements were known? 63 elements were known. In Mendeleev's periodic table, eka silicon was later named as. Okay, Mendeleev have discovered some of the elements and he arranged it. Some of the elements were not discovered, but Mendeleev already kept place vacant in his table because he was knowing the property of these elements. He has written down or either told the property also of these elements, but he did not name it because it can be named after the discovery. So he named like eka silicon, eka boron, eka aluminium. So after the discovery they were named properly. So eka silicon was named as, is named as germanium, that is option C. In modern periodic table, the number of columns and periods are respectively how many columns and how many periods? That is, yes, there are 18 columns and 7 periods. So option is C. Dash is the outermost shell of elements of period 2. So every period is according to the number of shells they have. So first period is having one shell or one orbit. Second period is having 2 orbits. Like that, third period 3 orbits till 7th period. So 7th period is having 7 orbits and each orbit is named as K, L, M, N, O, P further. Okay, so first orbit will be named as K, second orbit will be named as L. So period 2 is having outermost orbit. So what it is? L. L is the outermost orbit. So option is B. 19th one, the groups 1 and 2 constitute the dash block, that is S block. Which pair of atomic numbers represent elements in the same group? Okay, so that is also option A, 11 and 19. Okay, so that is 11 and 19 is, it is resembling each other, they are no from the same group. 11 is sodium and 19 is the potassium, so these are belonging to the same group, other don't satisfy that question. Okay, which among the following elements would lose an electron easily? Who will lose an electron easily? Sodium, because sodium is having one electron. Which among the following is the largest element? Okay, which among the following is the largest element? Sodium is the largest, or potassium is the largest, or magnesium or calcium? In that period, which one is last one is the largest? So which one is the last one? You can see here in your group. Okay, sodium is there, potassium is there, magnesium is there, calcium is there. Okay, which one is the largest? Can you name it? Okay, sodium is having one shell. Potassium is having, it is also having no four shells. Magnesium is having 3 shells. Sodium is having 3 shells. Calcium is having 3 shells, but it belongs to. So who is the largest? That is the potassium. So your option is C. 23rd, arrange the following elements in order of the decreasing metallic character: sodium, silicon, chlorine, magnesium and aluminum. These are the elements. So sodium is, it belongs to the S block, that is the first group. Silicon is a metalloid, it belongs to the 14th group. Magnesium, the second group. Aluminum, it is the 13th group. So according to that, you see, sodium is having more metallic character, magnesium, then aluminum and silicon, and then the chlorine. So your option is B. Question number 24, which one of the following does not increase while moving down the group of the modern periodic table? Valency remains same, other all increases. On moving from left to right in the periodic table, the size of the atom, from left to right, the size of the atom decreases. That is option B. Which of the following statements about the modern periodic table is correct? Statements they have asked, so it is option C and D. You read the option. 18 vertical columns are known as groups and 7 horizontal rows are known as periods. If these periods and group word changes, then you have to think, okay, if 7 horizontal rows are known as groups, if it is written, then you have to think what you have to write it. So option number C and D are correct. 27th, the D block elements are called as dash elements, that is transition elements. The size of an atom is indicated by its, what is it is indicated by? Number of shells or radius? It is indicated by radius. Dash is the distance between the nucleus of the atom and its outermost shell. Okay, that is atomic radius. 29th question, option is A. Atomic radius is expressed in the unit. Which unit it is expressed? That is picometer. 31. The tendency of element to form cation is the dash character of the element. Okay, what is the tendency of the element to form cation means? That means it is losing the electron and becoming positively charged. And who loses the electron mostly? These elements are metallic, so they become metallic character. Okay, so the tendency of an element to form cation is metallic character of that element. Okay, so metals loses electrons, and when they lose electron, they become cation. 32. Dash is in liquid form in the halogen family. Halogen family, that is the fluorine is gaseous, chlorine is gas, iodine is liquid, solid, bromine is liquid. Okay, so bromine is in liquid form in the halogen family. While going from top to bottom in a group, the atomic radius, what will happen to the atomic radius? It increases. Okay, the tendency of an element to form an ion, that is negatively charged, is the non-metallic character. So it is the opposite of that just now we have seen. Okay, so 35th, that is 35 question. The element from the zero group are called noble gases. That is very easy. 36. Writing a chemical reaction in brief by using chemical formula is called as chemical equation. That is also very easy. Option number C. When the positive charge on an ion increases, when the positive charge on an ion increases or negative charge on them decreases, it is called as. If positive charge on an ion increases, that means what happens here? It is losing electron, or the negative charge on them decreases, the same thing. So it is which type of reaction? It is an oxidation reaction. So any substance losing an electron, it is an oxidation reaction. The chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant is called, that is decomposition reaction. Okay, two or more, one reactant decomposed into two to form two or more products. 39. In the chemical equation, the dash are written on the left hand side. Reactants are written on left hand side. Aqueous solution of ZnSO4 is added into the aqueous solution of BaCl2. This is the example of, it is double displacement reaction. Okay, you know this. The unit of electrical power is, what is the unit of electrical power? That is watt. The live and the neutral wires have the potential difference of 220 volt. That is option D. In an electric bulb, coil of dash metal is used. That is tungsten. Option B. Tungsten metal is used. You know that. So why tungsten is used? Because it is having a high melting point. It itself burns because of friction. Correct. The electricity bill specifies the uses in units. That is option D. 45. The frequency of AC is 50 Hz. That is option B. These days when current in the circuit suddenly increases, dash switches are used. Okay, that is MCB, miniature circuit breaker or miniature current breaker. Nowadays modern technology or modern houses, this circuit is being put for every room. Correct. So if one room is having a short circuit or either any default is there, then switch will be cut off from that room itself, not from the whole house. So MCB is being applied or is used nowadays in modern houses. So 47, MCB, it is option D. Correct. 47, a coil of an alloy dash is used in electric heater cooker as a resistor. That is nichrome, nickel, chromium and manganese. The right hand thumb rule is also called Maxwell's screw, that is option D. 49th, dash is used for electrical measurement, that is galvanometer is used for electrical measurement, voltmeter is used for potential difference, electric meter for uses of electricity, okay, and thermometer for your temperature. 50, which of the following scientists invented the rule of electromagnetic induction, that is Michael Faraday. D, which of the following substance contracts on heating, that is ice, okay, B. 52, if pressure increases the melting point of substance, see, if pressure increases, you are lowering down the melting point, so melting point of the substance decreases. The vapor content in the air is measured by, the vapor content in the air is measured by, it is absolute humidity. See, relative humidity is there, dew point, absolute humidity. Humid and dry nature of air depends on amount of vapor in the air, amount of vapor to make the air saturated, temperature of the air or volume of the air. Humid and dry nature of the air, it depends upon, that is 54, depends upon the temperature of the air. Once again you confirm this, because your amount of vapor in the air also depends upon the temperature of the air, okay. Amount of vapor to make the air saturated, here you have to choose only one option, okay. If it would have been given all of this, then you have to choose all of this. So humid and dry nature depends upon the temperature of the air. Question number 55, vapors in air condenses to form, vapor in the air condenses to form, yes, that is B and C, snowfall also and rainfall also. When the temperature of water decreases below 4 degrees C, its volume increases, correct? Yes, it is, you have learned. In region with a cold climate, the aquatic animals can survive at 4 degrees C because of ice floating on water is insulator, heat from water cannot transfer to the atmosphere, anomalous behavior of water, and all of the above. Okay, it is all, that is all of the above because of all these things, correct? 58, from the options given below, the specific heat of dash is maximum. The specific heat of iron is maximum. Specific heat means the absorption capacity of that substance, capacity to absorb the heat. 59, ice ball is prepared from shredded ice. Again, this is the example of regelation, that is option C. 60, the SI unit of specific heat is, it is SI unit, so it should be joule kg degree Celsius, okay, joule kg degree Celsius. If CGS unit is asked, then it will be calorie per gram degree Celsius, here joule per kilo degree Celsius. 61, apparatus is used to study the anomalous behavior of water, Hope's apparatus, that you know. Dash heat is necessary to raise 1 kg of water from 14.5 degree C to 15.5 degree C, okay, that is option number A, 4180 joule heat is required. 63, due to dash pencil looks bent in water in the given experiment due to refraction of light. It cannot be internal reflection, it cannot be dispersion, it cannot be reflection. but it is refraction of light. Internal reflection, it will come from inside. If the light is from inside, then 64. In the following diagram, if angle of incident is 40 degree, then angle of emergence is also 40 degree. You have learned that angle of incident is equal to angle of emergence. So option is B. Here option is A, that is question number 63. Option is A. 64 option is B. 65. A ray of light strikes the glass slab at an angle 40 degree with the surface of the slab. Then the angle of incident will be. Now when a ray of light, just take a pen and I'll show you. See here, this is the surface of glass slab. A ray of light, we will draw a normal. A ray of light passing incident. Okay, just take this normal here. Okay, now you see this is making an angle of 90 degree here, correct? And this is the surface of the glass slab, and this is an angle making. So this angle they have told it is 40 degree. Okay, so they have asked what is this angle. So it will be, so 90 minus 40, correct? This is 90 and this 40. They have asked this angle. So 90 minus 40, it will be 50. So option is 50. Next is, we see the sun even after it goes below the horizon because refraction of light. Dash (67) dash is the unit of refractive index. Refractive index doesn't have any unit, so option is D. N is equal to dash. This law is also called as Snell's law. So that is sin I upon sin R. That is option D. Lights of different colors are used and a signal for safety transport. From these, the wavelength of red light is. Wavelength of red light is. Okay, that is your option D. That is 700 nanometer. If the refractive index of air with respect to glass is 2:3, what is the refractive index of glass with respect to air? It will be 3:2. Option B. 71. The process of separation of light into its component color while passing through the medium, that is called as dispersion of light. That is option C. 72. The light changes its direction when going from one transparent medium to another transparent medium. That is called as refraction of light. A ray of light gets refracted while entering the lens. How many times? While entering the lens means it gets reflected only once. While passing through the lens, if the word is a ray of light gets reflected while passing through the lens, then it will be twice. But it is while entering the lens, so it is only once. So that is option A. The point inside the lens on the principal axis through which light rays pass without changing their path is called as the point inside the lens, that is optical center. Virtual image is formed if an object is placed between F1 and O. Okay, that is option D. It is there in your textbook, the columns, the table is there, correct? In the convex lens, if an object is placed at 2f1, the image is also formed at 2f1 only. So option is B. All distance parallel to the principal axis are measured from. All the distance parallel to principal axis are measured from optical center. So that is option A. Question number 78. A small hole of changing diameter at the center, if iris is diameter at the center of iris is called, that hole is called as pupil. Question number 79. There are many questions are there to discuss. 79, you see. For a normal human eye, the near point is at. What is the near point? That is 25 centimeter. So option is C. The image formed by dash lens is always virtual and small. The image formed by biconvex lens. So option is B. In a relaxed state, the focal length of healthy eye is, that is A, option A, that is 2 centimeter. For a specific glass lens, f is equal to 0.5. This is the only information given to the student. Now you have to find out the power of the lens and which type of lens that child is using. So f is 0.5. So use the formula. Here everything is given in diopter. F is equal to 1 upon P. F is given as 0.5 is equal to 1 upon P. So P is equal to 1 upon 0.5. So answer is P is equal to 2D. The lens is convex lens. So option is A. 83. In myopia, the human eye, see options, cannot see nearby objects distinctly, cannot see distant objects clearly. Okay, myopia is nearsightedness, can see close object, nearby objects clearly but cannot see far objects. So option is B. Due to elongation of dash, the increase in curvature of the eye lens, a person cannot see distant objects clearly due to the elongation of eyeball. Okay. In hypermetropia, human eye, hypermetropia is farsightedness. So what will be your option A? Can see distant object clearly but cannot see nearby objects. Bifocal lens is required to correct the dash defect, used to correct the, that is presbyopia. C, option C. Dash times larger image can be obtained by using a simple microscope, 20 times larger, option C. 88. Dash is a combination of two convex lenses with small focal length. Combination of two convex lenses is also the telescope, but here small focal length, so we will choose option B, that is compound microscope. Bronze is an alloy of A, that is copper and tin. Dash is an alloy made from iron, nickel and chromium, that is stainless steel. Dash is basic oxide. Now what do you mean by basic oxides? When these oxides, they dissolve in water, we have learnt. When oxides of any elements, metals or non-metals, when they dissolve in water, after dissolving in water, if they are giving acid or if they are giving base, if they are giving base, then they are called as basic oxide. If they are giving acid, then they are called as acidic oxide. So now we dissolve all these things which are given here in water and see. Carbon dioxide dissolved in water, you will get carbonic acid. K2O dissolved in water, you will get KOH. Okay. SO2 dissolved in water, you will get sulfuric acid. Aluminium dissolved in water, you will get aluminium hydroxide. So what is that? Basic oxide. But aluminium oxide is already amphoteric in nature, so we cannot choose aluminium oxide here. So KOH, that is, it is basic oxide. In electrolytic reduction of alumina, dash is used as cathode. Graphite is used as cathode. Okay, that is option B. 93. Iron is dash. So in the reactivity series you have seen, iron is what? It is more reactive than zinc? No. It is more reactive than aluminium? No. It is less reactive than copper? Or either it is less reactive than aluminium. So what we will select? It is less reactive than aluminium. It is more reactive than copper but less reactive than aluminium. So the option is D. 94. If Cu, Fe, Zn, Al elements are arranged in the increasing order of their reactivity, so then the correct order would be which of the following? See, if you remember, we have placed these beakers of copper, zinc, copper sulfate, zinc sulfate, iron sulfate, aluminum sulfate. Do you remember how those reactivity series and how those beakers were placed? Okay, what we have placed? First we have placed zinc, then we have placed aluminium, then we have placed copper, then iron. Now which one is? You have to give out increasing order of the reactivity. So A only. Okay, you have to come from left to right. From that, if you remember our experiments. So option is A. Which of the following method is used to prevent the accumulation of greenish layer on brass due to corrosion? That is tinning. Applying tin on the brass. In Wilfle table method to separate particles of gangue, gravitational method is used. Okay, same like house sieving. Aluminium oxide is dash oxide, that we have discussed already. It is amphoteric oxide. So that is option D. Atomic number of aluminium is dash and its electronic configuration is dash. Atomic number is 13 and electronic configuration means first shell 2, second shell 8 and third shell the electron is 3. If you know electronic configuration, that is if you know the atomic number is 13, but if you write option C, it will be wrong, because second shell do not hold 10 electrons. Second shell will hold 8 electrons. Okay, so the option is A. The chemical formula of zinc blende is, that is ZnS. Option B. Extraction of moderately reactive element is done by dash and dash method. It is roasting and calcination. Easy. Option A. Corrosion of silver causes a black layer on it. What is this black layer? Silver reacts with hydrogen sulfide to form silver sulfide. So the black layer is of silver sulfide. So option is C. 102. To prevent corrosion of iron and steel, dash method is used. Okay, that is galvanizing method is used. Question number 103. In preparation of aqua regia, hydrochloric acid and dash acid is mixed. It is nitric acid. Okay, hydrochloric acid and nitric acid is mixed to form aqua regia. Aqua regia is, it is a solution which can dissolve gold. It can dissolve gold, you know that. Question number 104. The sound of one metal colliding with another makes a noise. This property is called as sonority. Okay, that is option C. 105. Dash exists in liquid state at room temperature from this bromine. Same question which was there previous. Okay. Question number 106. Ionic compounds are electrically neutral. Okay, they are electrically neutral because there is an exchange of ions in between the two compounds. Two elements or two atoms. Dash is a good conductor of heat but bad conductor of electricity. See, graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Coal is also good conductor of electricity. Iodine, we don't know about iodine. But diamond is a good conductor of heat but bad conductor of electricity. Okay, so iodine is neither good conductor of heat, neither the good conductor of electricity, or is the bad conductor. So diamond is good conductor of heat and bad conductor of electricity. So the option is B. 108 dash is the least reactive metal. Least reactive metal is gold in this whatever they have given. So gold is the least reactive metal. So that is option D. 109 dash forms a green color in water. This also you have seen while we were doing experiment. That is FeSO4. Ferrous sulfate is light in green in color, correct? Tin is an alloy of. Now this question is wrong. Tin is already a metal. Already an element. So it is not an alloy of anything. So you don't write anything. Don't write means this question is wrong. So don't worry about this question. 111. When one of the metals in an alloy is mercury, then the alloy is called as amalgam. Option A. The minerals from which the metal can be separated economically are called as ores. Correct. Generally, the melting and boiling point of carbon compounds are found to be less than, what is that? 300 degrees Celsius. That is option A. Number of valence electrons in a carbon atom. Carbon atom is having atomic number 6. 2 electrons in the first orbit. Then how many electron in the last orbit? 4. So his valency is also 4. So valence electron is 4. The bond between two oxygen atom is dash bond. Oxygen's atomic number is 8. First orbit 2 and last orbit is 6. So to get 2 electrons more, if it is taking the help of another oxygen atom, so what they will do, they will share two electrons with each other. If the sharing of 2 electrons is there, so a double bond will be formed. If the sharing of 1 electron is there, single bond will be formed. And if the sharing of 3 electrons are there, then triple bond. So oxygen having the double bond A. The molecule mass of carbon compound is spread over a range of 10 raised to 12. That is option A. It is on the page number 113. In the green box it is given. Okay, 113. Question number 117. The unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon double bond are called as. Alkanes is single bond, alkene double bond, alkynes it is triple bond. Alcohol, what is alcohol? OH. Okay, so it can be double, triple or single bond alcohol. So here what is the option? A. Alkenes. 118. The unsaturated hydrocarbon whose structures contain carbon-carbon triple bond, it will be alkyne. Just now we discussed. 119. The phenomenon in which compounds having different structural formula and have same molecular formula is called as structural isomerism. That is option A. from the following hydrocarbon dash is the cyclic hydrocarbon. You could see all this structure in your textbook. Okay. Option is C, benzene. While going in an increasing order of the length, there is a rise in molecular mass of the members by 14 Dalton. 14 Dalton is the smallest unit of molecular mass. So you will write the answer 14 Dalton, that is option A. The general molecular formula for the homologous series of alkene is, okay, what is the general molecular formula? CnH2n minus 2. What is CnH2n plus 2? CnH2n, okay, find out. Dash is one of the combustible component of LPG. Okay, so it is an option C, that is propane. Propane's molecular formula is C3H8. Propane is one of the combustible component. This is option C. At room temperature, ethanol is liquid. Okay, you have seen this spirit and all, your hand sanitizer, it is having ethanol. So generally dash is called a spirit, ethanol is called a spirit. So option B. 126. Due to dash we can gather information about worldwide events sitting at home. Due to internet, that is option B. Okay, if you can read it on page number 136, it is, the first person to step on the moon is Neil Armstrong. Okay. Option A. The first artificial satellite dash was sent to space by Soviet Union in 1957. Option C, Sputnik. 129. If a spacecraft is to be sent to travel to the outer space, it must have minimum velocity, that is escape velocity they have asked. So what is this velocity? 11.2 km per second. Okay, 11.2 kilometers per second. It should have this minimum velocity to escape from the Earth's gravitational force. A group of students from COEP. What is this COEP? College of Engineering, Pune, sent a small satellite dash through ISRO in 2016. What is the name of that satellite? That is Swayam. 131. The astronomical object closest to us is, very easy, close to us is the moon, correct? So that is an option A. Please refer it again, listen to the video carefully again if you have not understood, and find out this correlation. Might be they are very easy. We will discuss MCQ of Science 2 later on. Okay. Thank you. Take care.